What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Ashby's, and taking it easy, big babies. It is August the 17th, Sunday. Big ups. Woot woot. Um, Red Big Baby Talks tagged me a few weeks ago, and you see I'm just back into it. Just hold off now, High Tower DW. You know, I got you next. You have like 18 questions, dude. You need to take a chapter out of Redbigbabytalks and just, cut it off half of them questions. But yeah, definitely, I appreciate the tag, and though I will say these two last tags will be the last tags that I will do for a while. Definitely, it's just I don't have the time to do them, and when I do find the time, I babble on like this. First question: what is the nicest thing that you have ever done for someone, Ashby's? Let's see, the nicest thing I've ever done for someone. Staying after, like when I was working like retail stores and stuff. One time I stayed after with an elderly customer that was having some problems getting her money together and figuring out how she was gonna pay and stuff. And I really, like, I could have rushed her and just been like, get on your way, but she kind of reminded me of, respecting your elders and being a do-gooder, all that good stuff. The meanest thing that I've ever done to someone. The meanest thing I've ever done that I can think of, because I think I already talked about the other one. The other ones. The meanest thing that I can think of that I've ever done. When I was in undergrad, when I was in Columbus, a friend of mine wanted me to go out and like do a double date type thing or whatever. And so, I went ahead and, helped her out and I did it or whatever. And, girls, we can go to the bathroom together, that's just, that's our talk time. That's when, we get the deal, what's going on. And we both were not feeling the dude. So we was like, it's a negative. So instead of going to the bathroom, we made a beeline for the exit and threw them deuces out and dipped. I kind of felt bad because, he was a good guy or whatever, but he was lame as hell. I wasn't trying to hear that shit. And I eventually did see him, like, later on, like, down the line or whatever. And then, it was cool. He didn't bring it up. I wasn't going to offer any information up, so that was probably the meanest thing that I've ever done that I can think of at the very moment. Most embarrassing moments. The most embarrassing moments. It still tops the list. It must have been when I busted my ass at Stonecrest Mall. In front of everyone. Definitely. That was probably the most embarrassing moment for Ashby's. Absolutely. And just because, I'm just such a go-getter in there, I'm going to do the dare. Now, this is a movie that, stands the test of time. Most black people are going to know the movie or, now seeing the musical / play of it. But, you sure live ugly. That was Sugar Avery from The Color Purple. And every time I see that shit still cracks me the fuck out. That shit is funny as hell. Or, it's just so many lines in that movie that is just so awesome. But, that's the only, when, you told Harpo to beat me. All my life I had to fight. Had to fight my brothers. Had to fight my uncle. Had to fight my own daddy. But I never thought I'd have to fight in my own house. Now I love Harpo. Lord knows I do. But I kill him dead before I let him beat me. You'd be wise to take a 4x4 upside Mr.'s head and wait for heaven later. Some shit like that. But, this is your girl Ashby's, and I'm out.